Well, teacher strike averted. Yesterday, the CCEA and the school district reached a tentative deal. Teachers got the contract they wanted with higher pay and better benefits. John Huck joins us live in the studio with Superintendent Dr. Jesus Jara right now.
Thank you, Jacqueline. Dr. Jara, thank you for joining us. Watching the news on Friday when you had the head of the union come out and the governor come out, it really looked as though there was going to be a strike. And then all of a sudden, yesterday, we have a deal. So what happened between those days?
A lot of work, really communicating and looking at our entire budget. And as I started looking at Monday, is really starting prepared. When I saw that, I said, okay, well, I have to take the leadership and really try to settle the community, which is why I filed the injunction to really try to calm the community and say, okay, look, there's a legal process for this. I mean, striking is illegal. So I started trying to communicate and going through that process and then get to the bargaining table as, you go through that. Working with our school board, which is phenomenal opportunity to say, here's what we need to do so we can focus on children. So that's kind of what we were looking at.
But you came up with millions of dollars to make this happen. Where did that money come from? Suddenly, too.
Well, so here's the thing. I mean, it's not like we found this money laying around. I mean, it's something that, people say, where did the money come from? One of the things that we have in the school system is we have an outdated system in accounting, which is manual process. Our books are not closed until November. We submit our final amended budget to the state in December. Something that we have been looking at, we're trending upwards. One of the things that for me as superintendent says, we had a really good legal footing on the current contract that we have that we're buying, and I felt that it was legally sound for us. And one of the things that we said, hey, here's what we need to do, and here's where we need to look at as an organization, comply with our current contract at the bargaining table to look at and negotiate. But the anxiety that this community was feeling around a strike and really focusing on adult issues when we have children in schools, and I think it was important. It's just the board, myself, and sat Wednesday night. Just really look actually Tuesday night sitting at the closed session to analyze and get this deal done.
If it was just an accounting issue, then did we just go through a lot of drama? Could this have been avoided? Could the district have perhaps dealt on a different level with the union then?
Well, it wasn't an accounting issue. I mean, we have been looking and trending. What I'm saying is that we had legal sound contract, that we were complying with the letter of the law with our contract. The tactics that were being used, that was some of the drama. I was trying to control the community and really focus on students.
Do you feel that the district dealt in good faith with the teachers?
I do. Okay. Absolutely.
And going forward, people say, glad the teachers are getting the raise, would love to see the test scores now improve in those classrooms. But this contract can't guarantee something like that, can it?
No, and that's part of where I was saying, what do we need to look at to address the student achievement? And I think to me, the bone of contention for me as superintendent is looking at changing the PGS. That's one of the things. And I think the language that we have there for the future is that we come up with a new system that's really holding the accountability, but then looking at improving our performance, because there was a lot of discussion that the district doesn't care about professional. Furthest thing from the truth. One of the things that I want to develop and improve our practice as our educators, and I think when we're looking at our new PGS or whatever we end up calling it, it's really saying, okay, we want to improve teacher practice where we see student outcomes, and I think it was important for us to move into that direction.
Is that something that parents could actually follow along, go somewhere and see how their kids are doing in that classroom and seeing if that teacher or that group of teachers are being rewarded for that kind of performance? Because it seems so hazy right now to try to track teacher performance to any kind of reward system.
Well, I think right now there's a lot of ambiguity across the country. I mean, really, it's so I think for us as a system is what is going to be fair to then be able to come up with a system. We have a pilot right now that we started working on this year with 8 schools where it's looking at performance pay. And it's in conjunction with CCEA. So we're going to look at that, but then also look at what our future, and how our schools are improving, and then also identifying something that we invest in teachers, improve their practice, but we want to see results. I know that the business community, everybody is saying, hey, superintendent, where we are as a system, 40% of the children right now are reading at a proficient level. To me, that's unacceptable. So how do we improve our practice to then drive the student outcomes?
So these past few months, just watching it on the news, you've been beaten up pretty good. I mean, not just by the public, but by the governor, by the union negotiator. Do you have any regrets about coming here?
I love this job every single day. I love what I do. You know, I believe in our kids. and the 320,000 students are going to do well. And you know, it's just going to take time, but you know, it's a great job and it's a great community, and I'm happy to be here.
All right. Dr. Jara, thank you for coming here. Not a lot of your predecessors would, by the way.
Yeah, well, I'm here.
Well, anytime you want to come on the Fox 5 News, you have an open invitation.
Thank you so much.
All right,
Appreciate
thank you, sir. Appreciate it.